Now I had to go live because I see the stands over here talking smack. But what's up, everybody? It's a Wednesday morning. I'm feeling all right. I yeah, basically I got a desk delivered yesterday. It came in a little bit earlier than I was expecting, and so this morning I woke up and I put it together, and kind of put me a little bit behind. And I'm currently messaging with somebody working on some Fishroom Punk top secret projects, So fun stuff ahead of us here, hopefully, and we'll see. Um, hope everyone is doing well. It's crazy. It's a Wednesday because I've had the past two. Uh, well, I've had a 4-day weekend last weekend, so I didn't go to work Monday, and now it's Tuesday, or it was Tuesday yesterday, which was weird to show up to work there. Yeah, work is depressing when you've been away for 4 days and then you go back. You're just like, oh yeah, this is right. This is what I do. But yeah, it's not nearly as fun as hanging out with all of you guys. Yeah, Jeffro, I did have an awesome birthday. I did actually. It was fantastic. Great weekend. I couldn't believe all the amazing things that happened. Got a lot of pending stuff done that just needed to get done too. Like opened up a business bank account, so I have like a legit business bank account now, which is pretty cool. Just mainly for my own peace of mind, so I'm not putting any of the business money into my personal account, and I can keep myself on a tighter leash with like making sure I'm making the right moves with everything and not putting myself more in a hole than progress, I suppose. But that's kind of that's that. Whatever. But also got the trading cards ordered finally too. So I got those designs sent. It took me oh my god, I got a little bit of a headache here. Took me a little while to get all the designs sent over to them because I'm so dumb. And I'll tell you, I love working from my phone, but the downsides and upsides of working from your phone are that everything's very tiny and it's easy to mess things up because you're doing touchscreen. And so there's a few of those files I had to send like 4 times because the way you send files when you have business cards and different stuff, if you have your own file, it's a certain format called crop marks and bleed and all of this different stuff. And I had to learn how to do that to work with a professional printer. So it's pretty fun. I mean, it didn't really take a lot. I mean, it's just a setting, but it's like he's like, oh hey, make sure you do this, and then it was like I'd send over them, and then I'd go through, and then I'd realize half the files didn't have the freaking crop marks and bleed. Then I'd have to resend those files, and I'm sure I just made him way more confused than was necessary. What's up, Brandon? What's up, man? Hey, since you're here, are you good to stream this Saturday, man? I've been meaning to text you, and I was gonna text you on my way home from work last night. Then I was like, that's super late. I don't want to wake you up or anything. But yeah, let me know if you are good to stream this Saturday because I have that guy from that um, grade school, middle school, set up to come up and stream with us this Saturday, or yeah, this Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, sweet. And then keep in mind, dude, your lady's also invited if she wants to join us. Maya's going to be up there because I want her to be able to get some I don't know, I guess some input or whatever and suggestions on how to get kids interested in fish. So yeah, when do you think you will have the cards now that you ordered them? So I'm doing it through this like print shop locally. I would imagine that the gloss cards I would have in pretty quickly, I think. The Oh man, I actually can't. I almost just walked myself right into a minefield there. Yeah, I don't know because I almost just gave away a bunch of different stuff. But there's a few of them that'll be ready probably soon, and then some of them I'll have to wait a little longer. I would imagine I'll probably learn about their uh ETA hopefully later today. Yeah, yeah. But I'm super excited, guys. Like super excited. Hey, and I so to get some kind of inspiration or whatever, I actually bought a pack of the Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Super fun old nostalgia thing. And it gave me some inspiration for things that I want to try here, and I am excited to do that. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think you guys are gonna be interested in some of these cards here. Coming out. Oh man. So I man, I really don't feel like doing a walk around because my freaking living room is a mess right now. But so what I've recently added is I finally got my plant shelf set up, which is super cool. And it also matches the wood and metal pattern of the new desk that I got. It's like that like dark, um, dark, kind of like a cherry, but it's not cherry because it's not red. It's like more orangish brown, but dark wood with black, flat black metal. Um, so it's really like a modern. Um, I don't even know how to describe that. I am very, very happy with it though. Jesse, what's up, man? I'm just messing with you. Um, so, so I'm gonna get that set up over there, and I'm gonna have an actual workstation. You want to know what's cool about it though? Is I got one of those standing desks, right? But it's like an electric adjuster, right? So it can go, up and down. I built it, but I haven't tested it yet. Kyle, gonna need you and Brenton to come to my house and help me move some tanks. Yeah, yeah. Let me know about that. But um, yeah. So I'm gonna be setting up like a whole workstation over there, which is gonna be nice. I technically kind of have one, but it's been a bit of a mess. So I bought like a one of those Walmart dressers when I first moved into this apartment, or actually my old apartment. I think I moved it to this apartment, and that thing is just a piece of junk, right? So yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. One is a 300 and the other two are 55s and 160. Oh man. But so oh my god. Yeah, oh yeah, the dresser. So I bought this crappy Walmart dresser. That thing's falling apart. So what me and Maya are doing is I basically haven't had any clothes in it for like the longest time. It's just been a receptacle for clothes that never get worn kind of thing. And we're gonna set me up with a different, like smaller kind of setup for all my clothes because I have like a hanging closet really instead of like drawers, right? I hang up almost all my clothes, and or I just don't ever put them away and just take them out of the laundry bag and just put them on, and it just is what it is. I'm a mess. But anyways, so we're gonna get rid of that dresser, and then we're gonna take the white desk that's out here, and we're gonna put that in the bedroom, and then Maya's gonna have her desk in her bedroom with all of her other stuff, her printers in there and everything, because she likes working in the bedroom. Um, and my desk is gonna be out in the living room over here, which is gonna be pretty freaking sweet. I'm very, 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 very excited. No one this free because you guys are kind of good-hearted. You are way overestimating my kindness and good-heartedness. if I was if I was closer, the kind-hearted thing would work, but it would literally hurt me financially. LOL. I can't miss work. A kind heart knows no finances. You can you conditions unconditional. Yeah, that's what I was figuring out there. But yep. So, what else do I have to talk about, guys? I knew this one was going to be. I'm like, man, we just streamed Saturday and I talked a lot, so I'm like kind of like exhausted all of the fun news that I have coming up here. And so much of my news is like stuff I can't talk about it until it starts like happening. And I'm like the worst at keeping secrets, dude, for real. Like, especially with you guys, like I want to tell you guys, like, oh man, I know they're going to be excited about different projects and stuff I have coming up and different things, and it's like but yeah, I'm gonna be getting rolling on a 20 long build over here. I got a bag of freaking pea gravel in the back of my car that I keep forgetting to bring in to make the bottom layer for that tank up there. That's gonna be a fun build. I'm really excited. I'm really mainly doing it to set up a bigger enclosure for the anole, because I think the anole is going to dig a 20 long with more grow space, or more like arboreal space, right? I think that's what that's called when they're arboreal. Yeah, like he's a tree species. He wants to be up in the trees, so I want to give him a taller, or just like more space to go. And I might get wild with it. We'll see. But that's going to be the next project. And then once I get him moved in there, someone had actually just commented on, I'm like putting my hand in the camera there. Someone had just commented on the that it would be perfect for frogs, the 10-gallon terrarium I have. And that is the plan. Like I really want to get, oh my God, the rainbow dart frogs. I like, that was originally the plan, and I kind of chickened out of it. But I think that's what we're going to get in there. It's got a, like under that tree. This is it. Yeah, you guys can't see it no matter what. But there's like a tree, and there's like a hut back there that just basically has been buried over with moss and everything, so you barely could tell. But they would love to go hang out in there. They'd make like a little home there. I've recently picked up some more plants that I'm working with. I got some club moss, which is like so cool looking, and then it's not a real moss. It's kind of like a rhizome plant the dude was telling me about. I have the pots somewhere, but I got that one, and then I was at, where else was I? And I picked up another. I think it was actually just Jules, just sitting out front there, but it was like labeled perfect for terrariums, and it was like $5, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab it. Can't remember what it's called. Let me bring it over here. That one's actually easy to grab, so I can like show you guys something. And then once I get the shelf and everything over here set up, I'll show you guys the shelf. But this thing is super neat. Kind of looked like something else. I was like, huh. But it is. Oh my God, dude, I can't read. Dark Mystery Pilia? Pilia? So that is that's my newest plant, and I'll be probably taking off a bit of that at some point and throwing it in the terrarium, and then maybe repotting some of the individual plants that are in here into some smaller plants, and propagating those out and getting them to grow up a little bit, and then putting them in the maybe in the 20 long terrarium. Just slowly gathering a collection of different crap to propagate out and start selling terrarium plants, because terrarium plants grow really fast, guys. Oh my God. And I do think that they will be a moneymaker. I do think that terrarium plants are going to be, because they're people see terrariums, and it's like, where do you buy terrarium plants? And it's like, you're going to end up going to Walmart and a Jewel or whatever, and I'll have stuff that's already acclimated and ready to go for them, mixed with some of the aquarium plants, like the easier to grow aquarium plants that I grow around here. I think it'll be a really cool combination. Will you be showing those moss in your videos? Yeah, I will do one eventually. The moss tank that I have set up is like a 5-gallon with a couple of the different cultures in it. it's still, I mean, it's not very very interesting to see right now. But yeah, if you look at my last two shorts, I think one of my last shorts was actually just on the 5 gallon terrarium that or my 10 gallon terrarium that I have over here. And you guys can see that I'm actually doing the cardinal plant too, because I've had Lobellus cardinalis or whatever for a while, and in a couple of my aquariums, which it grows pretty slow. Definitely one of those ones that I think, I don't know, maybe I don't have the right light on it, but I'm thinking it needs CO2. But since I put it into the terrarium, I could see some purple starting to come back out of it, which it should be purple if I remember correctly when I got it, because I'm sure it was grown immersed. So I think it's going to transform back into purple, which should be a neat little pop of color in that terrarium there. But yeah, once again, you guys can see my terrarium with all the cool moss in it on my last few shorts. Looks like a crypt almost. Yeah, it does. It does almost. And that's another thing that I'm working on is growing immersed crypt. I have one growing in the back of that terrarium that's really cool. It's turning out nice and green. Had a lot of melt back, obviously. Did not like going drier. But then once it did, now it's growing fast, and it's really interesting to see that growth rate. I'll tell you guys. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Especially to see the progress. I need to go back and grab a bunch of shorts from like the beginning build, because I started in a 5 gallon, set up a whole 5 gallon terrarium, and I was like, nope, I definitely need at least a 10 gallon. Set up the 10 gallon, and I'm happy with this one. I would never take it down, but I do wish that I built one that was bigger. It would have been really cool to have a 20 gallon. So that's why I'm gonna do the 20 long terrarium up here, which is won't really be easy, or won't be viewable in the live streams or anything, but I'll definitely do videos of it. And like I said, guys, I think that those terrarium plants are going to be some money makers. So I'm going to start propagating those out and adding those to my plant selection of stuff, which I actually, because I'm such a hoarder, guys. Oh my God. I have so many plants around here, and definitely a lot that I could sell, but I just I refuse. I hold on to them. And then what sucks is I'll go like a week or two where I'm like busier and I'm not focusing on stuff, and then I end up actually just like snuffing out half of the plants because they get, they overgrow each other or whatever, and end up and sometimes I am my own worst enemy, right? But yeah, I got to get a bunch more Bacopa is my next plant that I want to get a bunch of, and actually add that to the website, because I think that's going to be one that'll sell pretty frequently, and it'll give me a few different textures of plants. I'm going to get Pogo Stem and Slotus Octopus is one that I want to focus on. Bacopa. I always have a lot of Rotala. Always have a lot of Vallisneria. And then I could add the floaters that I have. I just never think to. I could see a bunch of those floaters that I dropped in there upside down. There we go. Shoot. There we go. Wish I realized that last night. Because those floaters are probably dead. Anyways. I actually do. I have a bunch of it, but thank you. Yeah, no, I got a bunch that I'm working on propagating out in a few different tanks over here. The thing that sucks about having ponds, right, or like ponds, the tubs that I have down here. So I have these the 3 plant grow out tubs, is they're hard to keep track of. You got to pull them out every day, and it's not something that is very. It's like you're like pulling out, sloshing water all over the place and everything. I mean, I'm definitely exaggerating. So it's not something that lends itself to getting done when I'm like in a rush in the morning trying to just get through my morning routine. And stuff just gets overgrown back there. So I know I have some in this one right here in the back. I got a bunch. Got some up here. I just hoard it. Like I said, like I can't bring myself to try to sell it. I should actually probably throw some, I think, in here. You know, this dark area right here is Anubias barteri, and there's a little bit of a black empty space, like right in this area, and I think I could put some pogo in there, and that would look good. But I think eventually it would grow over everything, and I still got to get my tiger lotus. I need a tiger lotus for right there. I got to order one of those. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. If you guys have noticed, you guys can see some fish in there. They are celestial pearl danios in the tank behind me. Put there we go. Dude, that's dope. Perfectly like perfect setup. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Looking pretty good, right, guys? But yeah. So the lava rock's starting to get a little bit of algae growth on it, which is real good. The moss is definitely starting to acclimate and starting to pop off in growth over there. Um, I put a sprig of this plant called dumb cane. Um, I had the actual name, but I can't remember what it is right now. It's actually starting to put out a leaf right now, so I'm super excited about that. That means I think I'm going to be able to keep that at least in there for a while. I don't think I'll be able to keep it in there long term. It might get kind of soggy, but we'll see. What I want to do is the top of this wood, it pops out a little bit, and I'm thinking about doing one of those ginseng bonsais, um, where just the roots are kind of in a like a substrate basket, kind of hidden in the back there, if that makes sense, and get it to look like it's growing a tree out of the aquarium, like always. But my buddy had one of those ginseng bonsais or whatever in his aquarium, and it always looked really really cool. That my buddy Bobby, so I'm jealous of that, and I think I wanna try to do that one. This sounds like the yes, I'm pretty sure that sounds like the name that I remember. Yeah, yeah. Um, Super easy plant to propagate. I watched a bunch of videos on it, and that's another one of those rehab plants that I'm going for. Someone threw out like 3 or 4 different sprigs of it that they were trying to propagate in just straight up water, and it looks like they were just melting back and dying. And I just don't think that they knew what they were really doing. So took them, chopped them back, and they are all putting off leaves now. I have one up in my oh my god, I haven't looked at it in forever, but one of them in my dude, that's so cool. Oh, oh, this is gonna be too much of a pain in the back. I swear I'm gonna show you guys soon. But one of them in the tall tree aquarium over there is shooting out a big leaf too, and I did not realize that. And it's got a couple leaves growing, so that means that it's pushed out one leaf and it's pushing out another one, which I just haven't even seen. So I'm very, 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 very happy. Ah, man, I love plants, guys. I'm telling you. I think that if I had found out about this earlier in life, I'd be working in a freaking greenhouse right now, and I'd be the happiest person ever. Um, so I do be sounding like a basic white girl. Um, what's your favorite plant you keep and plants you want to keep? My favorite plant is definitely my giant monstera that I have going on over there. Started propagating that and put a little chunk of it in here, and it is it's not growing yet, but I think it's going to take a little while to grow some roots. I'm like tempted to pull it out and see what it's got going on, but I think I'm just going to leave it alone because it got a little wilty. It also just might need more light because I have a pretty bright setup. So like basically I have a imagine this like a wooden pedestal, big old plant pot, and then I put a like one of those garden hanging basket thing hooks, right? Put a light fixture at the top of that. So it's like just like a purpose-built monstera stand basically with like its own self-hanging light and everything, and it's a pretty bright light bulb on that. And so I think when I took it from there and put it over here, there's a little bit less light, and I haven't gotten around to getting I'm gonna get like a fancy what you call it, kind of gooseneck fixture or something that hangs over and spotlights this over here. So Ross, what's up, man? What's up? All right, so man, we've had a bunch of people show up, and I have not addressed everybody. Much love to everybody, and I have yeah, at this point I don't think I'm gonna go back and do that because it would just be kind of awkward. But yeah, so I would say that my giant monstera, that's the one that really started getting my confidence up. Do I have room to have the room? Oh, you talk about the terrarium earlier. Right now, since I got the plant shelf, I do have room now. Oh, are you talking about the lamp? So this is actually only about half the shelf width. So there's like a whole space back there. I have a brine shrimp hatchery hidden back there. I have my crickets hidden back there. Probably shouldn't have said that out there in case my landlord's around. I don't know if they would like the crickets. but but I have a bunch of that stuff back. The hell was that? Yeah, no, just weird looking bubble. Kyle to make a commitment and move north, dude. Me and Maya were talking about it. We have I don't know. We have some unique situations that are kind of keep us like stuck here in a way. But man, we would love to just get out of Illinois. Like that's it. Really is. It's you know, I mean, honestly, I think once I can't talk. I can get him a job, Jeff. Oh, dude, that would be nice, man. Come up to Wisconsin with you guys. I'm telling you, I would love it. I would love it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm done with this freaking I'm done with this this um just this area, you know. It's really convenient. It's nice because I am around a lot of places, but I'm close to family ish. I don't know. I if like okay. Oh, my anole. I have an anole in the 10-gallon terrarium. He's cannoli the anole. Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, I would love to. Yeah, I would love to go. I'd love to go somewhere warm. All right. So that's been my thing. I don't know where. I've never thought about it. I would love Texas, I'm not gonna lie. I would love Tennessee is actually probably like top like god tier level area to live in. Like that is like my like if I could go anywhere, I think Tennessee. I when I was in like fresh out of high school, I went through like a patch of I don't know, just being very just like lost as a person, right? And so I went on this road trip. Like I literally was was um um I literally hold on, let me finish this because Jesus Christ, I hate my freaking keyboard. But anyways, um yeah, so I went through this like weird patch and right out of high school, and one night I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take off, dude, and I just took off for I don't know like 4 days, 5 days, and I just slept in my car, didn't prepare anything, like literally just left in what I was wearing one night, like just took off, and I had no idea where I was going, and I was just going, I hit the highway, and just headed south. I mean, literally left at like it was like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. It was getting dark, and I just started just driving south. And I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going until I see something that's gonna, attract my attention. And ended up going down to Tennessee and going to like the Grand Ole Opry. I went to downtown in freaking Knoxville, and then dude, it was just a whirlwind of a road trip. And I remember getting to I can't remember which one it was. One of the towns I ended up in, and I parked my car because I had been driving for hours at that point. Just parked my car somewhere. I think it was a parking garage I paid for, or I just found a random parking spot. And I get out and I just walk it, and it was like 2 in the morning or something like that. And the streets are just packed, and everyone's just out having a good time. And it was like, I think it was the week, I think it was like a Friday or something like that I'd gone out there, but it just blew my mind. I was like, this is so cool, and everyone was so nice, man. And that just that was like a game changer. And I'm like, man, I don't have to live in Illinois my whole life if I don't want to. That was basically the thing that kind of just drove that point home. I was like, holy crap. Um, but yeah, if you guys have never done anything like that, not that most of us not I bet actually a lot of you probably have. I feel like a lot of you guys probably have done some road trip and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of us out there that have that kind of um uh that probably have those kind of interests. But yeah, dude, I got the plant shelf. Definitely freed up space. I'm very excited about that. I can't remember if I brought that up, but I meant to. And then the crickets, for cannoli, the anoli, and it's warm like 6 months out of the year, exactly. And then the rest of the year, it like hurts your skin. Oh, later, Jeff. I will catch you later, Jeff. I think I missed that. Oh my god, I'm so bad at managing chat here. Do 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 do. There we go. I escaped to Las Vegas for 15 years. I wish I never come back. That'd be an interesting place to live. That would be. It'd be different, like the desert vibe. Tennessee gets too cold, but you're in Illinois, so you probably wouldn't agree. Yeah, see, I when I went out there, and that was one of the things that was cool. And I don't know about the weather out in Tennessee really, but I remember driving south, and where I was at, it was cold. Like I had a jacket on, and by the time I got like an hour or so out, um, it was warmer. I didn't need my jacket anymore, and I just remember being like, okay, I can like change my weather depending depending on where I stay. I don't know. It was like obviously, but at the time it was like I had just kind of stepped into like freedom of like owning myself because I was like fresh out of high school. I had a job where I was working insane hours. I was working for Mosquito Squad and Outdoor Lighting Perspectives. So basically, I was certified for like mosquito abatement and pest control, and we would go around. I was actually certified as like an owner operator for the business too, so I basically ran crews. It was really a lot of fun stuff. But we we'd go around and we'd spray trees for mosquitoes, super effective. And yeah, I probably have some long lasting effects from that crap. Uh so I went like a year, and I would tell people about what was happening to me. And you guys are gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" But I would tell people about what was happening to me, and like they would be like, "Yeah, I guess I get that a little bit," but I guess no one got it as bad as me, and then they ended up taking me off the mosquito squad. But the stuff that we would spray, right? It was called actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. The chemicals they use might be some sort of freaking NDA or whatever. I don't remember signing anything, but basically, you could buy these two chemicals like on Amazon. I've actually looked it up since then to see if I could to do it myself because it's super effective. But basically, mix these two chemicals together, and you use a leaf blower to blow stuff like the leaf blower to blow the chemical onto the leaves, right? Coat trees like the underside of leaves because mosquitoes actually live under leaves, right? So they actually chill under because they want the cool area. So if you are a mosquito abatement person, you're actually trained to spray under the leaves, not on top of the leaves, right? And that's why you have that wind blowing. You really want a strong wind blow to blow the leaves back and coat the underside. Those fogger machines, they do decent, but they tend to just get on top, which gets just the cursory landing bugs or mosquitoes, whatever. Anyways, um, see, you could tell I did that stuff for a little while because I learned a lot about it. But anyways, I would get this stuff on my forehead, right, and it would basically make your forehead and specifically my forehead. Maybe that's why I don't have any hair. I'm pretty sure that's genetic, but I would get it on my forehead, and it would basically make your forehead feel like it was falling asleep, like it would be just constantly tingly, like like sharp tingles. Oh my god, dude! And it would hurt for like days. I go off on a Friday, and it would just start going away on Sunday, and then I'd go back to work on Monday, and it'd be horrible by Tuesday. And so I had told like one of the bosses about it. He kind of brushed it off, and then it was like after a year of doing this stuff, and I talked to one of the main guys who was actually an educated person and like cared about people versus like the other people that just kind of owned it and didn't give a shit about what you were doing, even though it was family, because it was literally my uncle that owned the business. The one guy, I told the guy, and he's like, "Dude, that's like not good. We can't have you doing that." And so they took me off, and that's when I started running install crews for the low voltage lighting on houses instead. But that was my first job in mosquito abatement. So if you guys have questions about mosquitoes, I actually know a decent amount. Not as much as about. I don't remember about like the. I mean, I remember using like we had this like larvicide or whatever, and I remember that was a terrifying thing. That basically, when you use this larvicide, it didn't kill the bugs; it just made them never grow up, perpetual babies, and that haunted me. um, yeah, Kyle, if you get a chance to escape, I hope you take it. Yeah, we've thought about it. There are some things that are like, there's circumstances that are amazing things that can happen that eventually will happen for us, but are it makes it tough. I think we'll end up probably, I don't know. It's a lot of personal stuff and more, yeah. But yeah, Tennessee is tight though. It's one of those places that if you're into something, there's community there for it. Yeah, dude, I just got the greatest vibes when I went there. Yeah, that's what happened here. That's what I'm telling you, man. I really do think that that's what happened. If my yeah, that's it. I'm gonna sue for my hair back. Adam McReynolds, what's up? What's up? Peplin, what's up? All right. Yeah, so that's my mosquito squad story about how I was involved in mosquito abatement and killing mass amounts of mosquitoes. But though, if you guys are having outside parties, and I'm not a salesperson for this company at all, if you guys are having outside parties and you actually need mosquito control, like in an area, this stuff is super effective. If you look into Mosquito Squad and you like need like a one time, because they do like one time treatments for parties and stuff. I'm telling you guys, like I was a technician for them. They work. So just saying, it is like an insane product. Um, I used to know a bunch of facts about like mosquito flying and all that stuff and like how we treated. And there was the way it works. It's actually sometimes we would ask permission to treat a neighbor's property instead of the property that was trying to get treated, just because of the foliage around and what lived there, because they mosquitoes only live on broader leaf plants and stuff like that. I mean, it all kind of makes sense. But if you think about it, you know, if you're a mosquito, you probably don't want to live in a pine tree as much as you want to live on a like an oak leaf. Yeah, mosquitoes. But oh, and I guess to weave that back into fish, super dangerous for koi ponds. We had technicians that destroyed whole koi ponds because they were not careful, and really expensive fish like that happened at least once or twice that I remember for sure. But and then when I would get those properties, I would just be terrified because it's like you spray and there's like a drying period, and if it rains in that period, you can have runoff into that koi pond, and then it's your fault, and it's like what? Oh my god. Yeah, is your party lacking poison? Call the mosquito squad. Yeah, exactly. We use malathion for mosquitoes very, very carefully. Malathion. Yeah, see, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. I remember. Yeah, I remember the. Oh my god, the story. Thinking about that company. I remember. I guess there's like a couple funny stories. A couple I can't even tell. But um, one of the stories I remember watching a lady like, and you guys probably have seen stuff like this, but I remember watching a lady lose an argument with her dog, and it was like the funniest freaking thing. Um, and nowadays, like I guess I've just seen a lot more, a lot smarter dogs, and I've seen this a lot more, but back in the day it was more novel. Dude, this lady was like walking her dog, and she tried to go left, and the dog just sat down, plopped his butt down, and was like not moving, and she's like trying to pull. And it was like she's like a tiny lady, and he's like this huge dog, and I just remember just like watching her try to pull this dog, and he's like, no, no, we're not going that way. And then she like just gives up and starts walking right. He gets right up and just starts going that way. It was the funniest thing. Um, so funny. Um, it has to be used when pollinators are sleeping. Yeah, and that was the thing is like they told us that it was like safe around bees as long as there was like, but it's like one of those technicalities because it's like looking at it, if you sprayed a beehive they were dead, like for sure that it would kill bees, like that was definitely a thing. um so that's not good, and they'd be like, yeah, it's like it's safe because it coats the underside of the leaves. That was like always their thing, and it's just like, nah dude, no. Fear that with farmers. They really caused a havoc last spring with their poison they spray. Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, yeah, this one was definitely, it was definitely not safe for bees. Yeah. And they would spin it as that like, but then they also had this one they had another spray. It was like a pure garlic concentrate because apparently mosquitoes don't like garlic. And that one, dude, if you sprayed that, you would smell like pure garlic for like days after. It would like be soaked in you. And if you got it on your hands, game over. Game over. And it wasn't a good garlic smell. I mean, I'm a fan of garlic. I can eat some garlic. But that one is it was like it was just brutal. But yeah, you spray garlic, and then I think they had like a mint treatment too. Um, but I don't remember that one. I think that one was like later when I got out of that stuff because I was just doing the lighting at that time, which lighting is fun. But yeah, Yep, crazy, crazy stuff we do for money, man. It's basically, I don't know. I do wonder what that was. I remember the thing that happened to my skin. I think it was called paresthesia. Is he called? That's what he called it. Paresthesia, I think, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the mosquito bits are. I remember. I can't remember what our it was. I remember the stuff we would put in for the standing water was like the black. It was like these little black beads. Bunch of little black beads. I can't remember what it was called though. But yeah, that job was something else. It was a bunch of rowdy dudes, and I didn't realize how rowdy all the people I was working with were. They were just crazy, crazy stuff going on all the time. One of those jobs, like when you're out on the road for like 14, 16 hours a day, basically, because it was just like you'd finish your route, they'd hand you like a route of like 20 stops to go, and then they would like you'd get to the end and they'd just be like, "Oh, you're already up north. Why don't you just catch these ones on the way home?" And it's like, dude, it's like 7 o'clock at night, man. Let me come home. I'm trying to go to bed. uh, Good times though, man. I wish I realized how good that money was back in the day. If I didn't just party it all away and spend it all away, I would have been in a much different position later in life. You live and you learn, right? um, Yeah, it was funny. I was listening to a podcast. People were talking about that. It's like the difference between experiences. You can like, I mean, like you really can't learn experience from anything other than experience, right? But there's certain things you can like learn by watching somebody. Um, and I don't know. I guess more of like hands-on skills and stuff you can kind of watch and then you get to do, and you can kind of learn it. But there's some experience you just literally cannot learn without just going through it. And a lot of life is like that. It's like you just people can tell you the things over and over and over again, and if you don't, you're always gonna think you know it. You got to figure it out or whatever. It's funny. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like, yeah, it's like okay, all right. Definitely looking back, I'm like, man, I could have bought a house with all the money I was making. But at the same time, it's like when you're working that much, especially as like a I don't know, like a teenager, when you're just trying. Not I was yeah, I mean, I was a teenager in my like 21, 22, I was trying to, party and hang out with friends and stuff. I wanted to have a good time, but I was working like 80 hours a week. So it's like at a point you just end up like when I get off, man, I'm, I'm going for it. I'm going to have a good time with, and, yeah, yeah. So yeah, wasted it. Now, yeah, now you got to appreciate it. You got to appreciate it. Money is funny. That's for sure. Oh my God. You guys ever have one of those days where water just tastes so good? I think I'm dehydrated. That's probably what that means. Probably what that means. Coffee also tastes good, but water is like it's hitting today. I also have a new thing. You guys ever drink like the Pedialyte juices? I've been getting those at the gas stations. I'm telling you, that's like lightning in a bottle. I feel like it's super healthy energy. Um, Gets me like I don't know, rehydrated. I feel like it's probably placebo, and please don't ruin it for me if it is, because it works. Yeah, dude, for real. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I gotta work on that. I go through like these phases where I really do love this right here, this right here for sure, for sure. Um, so I go through these phases of like really, really, really liking water, and then like I'll like get hydrated and I'll feel good and I'll be healthy, and then I like, oh, I got this, and it leaves my mind and I don't focus on it. Jesus Christ, I keep burping. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's up with that. It might be this coffee and an empty stomach. We are chronically dehydrated without a doubt. Yeah, that's right. Pedialyte. Meese, moose, meese, me, meese, moose. You mean my 14 cups doesn't hydrate me? Coffee. Yeah, exactly. And I do think that it depends on how you drink your coffee. So do you drink black coffee? Because black coffee is not that bad for you. I mean, I remember my doctor literally said like I can drink black coffee before my blood tests. If I could do that, I'm thinking it's not that bad. Dude, hey, see, this is another thing right here. Yeah, doctor told me that coffee counts for your daily water intake. That's what I'm banking on. Although I'll tell you, dude, I swear, what I was literally gonna say is like, I'll tell you, I don't feel hydrated like I would after drinking water if I drink coffee. Like if I drank, all right, so like if I woke up tomorrow and I was just straight up just drank water, I would definitely get a headache because I'm addicted to coffee. But I would feel way like my skin wouldn't feel so dry. I wouldn't feel so like those Mountain Dew commercials on the radio. If you ever heard them, like I'm dry like the inside of King Tut's sarcophagus or whatever. Like it would just be a bunch of like goofy ass things. That's what I feel like this morning. But if I woke and drank up a bunch of this coffee, I would not feel as rehydrated as just water. So the doctors do say that the black coffee is not bad, but I don't believe that it hydrates us as much as water for sure. So for every 1 cup of coffee, you should have 2 cups of water to call it a wash. All right, I can get by that logic. Dr. Jody P told me. Water is necessary when it's 100 degrees. I drink a lot of water every day. You can't stomach much else. Yeah, definitely. You got to keep yourself hydrated for sure. For sure. Especially because I like doing freaking like homemade sauna. I just get my bathroom real steamy and sit in there and just kind of do some deep breathing. I really want I want an at home, one of those like at home bogus sauna things. I think that stuff that gets me feeling so good. That's why I can't wait for the summer. I like being in the summer and just being outside. And as gross as it sounds, I like being sweaty. Like I want to sweat. Like it feels like I get cleaned out, and I yearn for that. Coffee before blood test because there's no calories in it. The second you add cream or sugar, it's not. That makes sense. That does make sense. If your coffee too, put 1 green olive in it. It instantly brings out the coffee flavor without being bitter. It's shocking that you can't. That is wild. That is wild. Huh. See, my mind, because like, um, I recently heard something about putting baking soda in pasta sauce to make it less bitter, right? Because it takes down the acidity. I think that's what it was, baking soda. So when I read if your coffee is too bitter, my brain, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be baking soda is what the suggestion is here for to take down the bitterness. And so now I'm just like, huh, how much of how much of cooking is chemistry? That's like a really interesting thought to me that that flavor and chemistry is so very connected. It's very interesting. Yeah, I can only do milk in my coffee though if I'm like not about to go to work. Yeah, like that is like you never think about it in that way, I guess, because you're just like mixing all this stuff up and it's just like you just kind of lose respect for that in a way, I guess. But that is so cool. So cool. I was shocked when I tried it. I swear I didn't believe it either. It's mind blowing. I was told by a friend you can also reuse it in the next cup. Hey. Huh. Yeah, I might have to give that a shot. I might have to give that a shot. Baking is advanced. Yeah, baking is advanced chemistry for sure. Baking soda would be the calcium buffer equivalent, and all cooking is a mix of chemistry and physics. Yeah, no, that it's just it's crazy to think about it like that, and then especially when you compare it to like I mean aquariums and like how we balance chemistry of water and everything, and just like it's like acidity, and then how much acidity affects flavor, and just makes you just think about everything is so math. Like everything can come down to math, I guess. I don't know. Very complex. I love these thoughts that stuff like that can provoke. Yeah, I would not survive without coffee, but I definitely need to cut down on my intake of it. I drink a lot. I drink a lot at the end of my day because like I'm night shift, so 2:30, 10:30. My last hour is like really hard at work. Like 9:30 to 10:30. I'm dragging. I'm like, I need to get out of here. I gotta go home. I gotta freaking get some sleep because I end up waking up basically like 7 o'clock every morning anyways, which doesn't sound like early, but when you don't get home until 11:30 at night, it's a little early. Um, but yeah, I think that I would have probably more energy if I drank a little bit less coffee and just kind of brought the tolerance level down. Yeah, oh yeah, or sugar too. I'm really like a sweet red sauce guy. I like love my pizza sauce a little sweet. I love my pasta sauce. Actually, yeah, I guess with pasta, I like my pasta sauce a little sweeter too. But definitely my pizza sauce, mwah, love it. Sweet red sauce. Oh, what's up, Mel? Man, I gotta get to work on your card there. I was doing a little bit the other day, and then my birthday came up and everything. So this week is a little bit is messed up. How many? We got 31 in this week, right? Or this month, right? Yeah, 31. Maybe that's what I make my mission today. Try to get that one done and ready for this weekend. Yeah, and well, that's a good motivator to not drink coffee for sure. Definitely don't drink coffee, but but yeah, no, I do think that that's the thing is it's like I've heard a bunch of people talk about just health and wellness or whatever, talk about like you shouldn't drink coffee in the first hour of your day, which I really try. I try to push it back as far as possible. Some days I don't come anywhere near that hour. I sometimes I drink a lot faster. But most days I try to push it back as far as possible. Today I think I actually did it. Today I think I made it past an hour, at least a half hour. I made it. Um, I no longer like the taste of chocolate or coffee or much anything sweet, to be honest. Huh. I drink coffee for the and then you cut it off after that. Yeah, that's like I'm telling you, like the nighttime coffee drinking, I think is a really bad thing for me. But having um, I don't dream a lot. Like I for the longest time, I did not dream at all. Like for a very very long time. And the past I would say probably like 3 weeks or so, I've been dreaming like on and off some really really weird dreams. Stuff that's like deep seated deep seated stuff that I'm like, oh my god, like why are you messing with my head kind of stuff.
And then also dreams like last night, I can actually tell you about this one because this was goofy. I don't know what I was eating, right? I had a dream that I was eating something. Um, it gave me the feeling like pudding or something, like, but I just like put my face in it and I just got my beard covered in whatever I was eating. And then I remember like looking like at the mirror and I'm just like, I am never gonna be able to wash this off. So I don't know what my dream was telling me, but that was my dream. Wet sleeves, what's up, man? What's up? Hope you're doing well. Hope the swap life is treating you well. If you're still, I think you're still doing those swaps and everything, right, man? It's been a minute since I've been to the ones that you go to. Um, I have a favorite tomato paste. It's imported from Italy. It's so good that I can't look at anything tomato based on the same way after finding it. Ah, tomatoes. Tomato sounds good. I could go for some good cherry tomatoes right now. Sorry about talking about so much food right now. I think I'm really hungry. I do think that I actually know that I'm very hungry. You could tell I was eating right before stream, but then I had to pop up early because Stan the man was talking smack about me being late, so I had to pop up. uh, then I got old. Now it's one coffee and one decaf and tea for me, or I go weirder. Love it. Oh, Dad, I like tea in the evening on occasion. Yeah, tea. I can get on some tea. I could definitely get on some tea. Yeah, dude. I'm that's yeah. I am convinced too. I don't know what exactly it is. Um, I'm leaving this up there for a second so I can remember to comment on that. But yeah, I don't know exactly what the dreams are trying to tell me, but it is weird. I do think that I got some relief from doing some of the things like claiming the business and getting that set up. That was like really stressing me out for the longest time because it's just like a big step. Um, and I made it way more expensive than it had to be because I went through LegalZoom, but it was easier than trying to go out to the city halls because that was literally I just kept putting it off because I was like I got to go down there, get the paperwork to fill out, do all this stuff, and deal with the state myself. And in reality, it just ended up I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna just do it through LegalZoom, and now that that's set up, I'm less stressed and more stressed in the same way because it's like, oh, okay, now it's real. Now I gotta now the work to push this thing to the next level and to keep finding new avenues. You know, guys, if anyone has the free time to do this for a second for me, could you go to Google and search Fishroom Punks and tell me what website pops up? If you could, that would really help me out because I'm having an issue getting rid of my old Square site. I did put in some changes last night that I think are going to take some time to come to effect. So I may have already solved it. But on my end, my Square site keeps popping up anytime I search Google. Now, if you go, I have claimed the URL fishroompunks.com now. So if you type in your URL and you're like fishroompunks.com, it'll go straight to the good Fishroom Punks website. Um, outsideinaquatics.com goes straight to the Fishroom Punks website. Um, but if you search in Google Fishroom Punks, the first thing that comes up for me is the Square site, and that is driving me up a wall because that site doesn't exist. So I tried to I unpublished it, which so if you go to it, it says 404 unfound now, but it'll still show up in the Google search. So I think it's going to take a while for Google to not index it, if I think it's the word. It was a Square site. Square site. Yeah. Yeah, and it's driving me insane. But the cool thing is, and I don't know if this happened on your guys' website, on your Google too, Did it auto finish to Fishroom Punks when you searched Google and searched in Google? Because on my website or on my computer, if I search Fishroom, it'll fill in that last bit of punks, which is insane. That means I'm actually like making a mark with you guys, with your guys' help, especially with all those tags on all those videos from shout outs that I've gotten from you guys. It is that is insane to me that Google as a company, as an entity or whatever, I have made a mark so big on the internet that I am getting an autofill for Fishroom Punks. Yeah, this is so hopefully the changes I made is just going to take a little while to come into effect. I also removed the Square site off of FishFam Link because I think FishFam Link is massively helping the reach from my website, because it's FishFam Link has so much traffic that goes through it that I think that since my link is in there, it helps my Google search rank. So I'm not 100% positive, but since I did make those, I made changes like that. I think it's just going to take a day or two to come through. And then I changed my Fishroom Punks website. The name on my Fishroom Punks website was actually Outside and Aquatics. So if you didn't Google Outside and Aquatics, you wouldn't find that website ever. You would. So I changed that too. Yeah, happy napping, Mike. But yeah, so hopefully I made a change on that because I think that's a big bump in the road. Oh, also, I guess I'll show this off real quick. I haven't gotten anything set up yet because I have to make I was supposed to make mystery packs today, right? But since I got the desk, I put that. It put me behind time, so I didn't have enough time to to print out a bunch of stickers to make packs. But so I'm building out a way to wholesale these stickers to hopefully fish stores or collectible stores or whatever. They're gonna need a way to advertise them and everything, or add them to an existing stand system or whatever. So I got these hang tags. Yeah. So the only way to, I guess the only way to do it is just to go to the URL and you just have to type the outsideandaquatics.com or the fishroompunks.com and it'll get there, but it won't. Yeah, it does not rank in the Google search yet. I might even just I got to get into Google ads and pay to freaking have it put up at the top there. But it's driving me nuts that it doesn't show up. I almost just feel like I should just republish that website, but I need to I don't know. I feel like I should just feel the burn for now and just kind of deal with it until a couple of days from now and see if it disappears, and then maybe it'll bring out my that's the link that I'm trying to get to show up on Google and to get to rank and everything. And I don't know why it isn't. It's and I'm not very technologically savvy exactly, so I'm learning a lot of stuff as I'm going here. But yeah. So yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, thank you, man. If people search for it enough, it will pop up more. Yeah, and that's where I think what happened was, since I had originally launched as the Fishroom Punks for that Square on the Square site, it got a lot of the original traffic, and then I added the Shopify site, and it just hasn't been. It's been active longer than the Square site, I think. Maybe it hasn't. That is something. If I had unpublished a while ago, I bet this is what I'm trying to figure out. All right, because I'll tell you one thing: Square websites suck. They are very clunky, very hard to operate, especially if you're trying to do everything from your phone. Shopify is awesome, right? But I cannot find where my Shopify SEO settings are right now. Like Square, super easy. I was able to set that up, and that's probably how I ranked so high right off the bat, right? But right now, my SEO, like my tags and everything, I got to find all of that because on Square, like I said, it was super easy to find. I was able to just go to the section that literally said SEO, went to SEO, and I filled out all of the things that like I want to rank for search in or whatever, and it did that like that, you know. But for some reason, Shopify's SEO is harder to find, or it is not labeled as direct as such, and maybe I'm looking for something that's not labeled in the way that I'm looking for it. That happens a lot with these different apps and stuff. But I will say, if you guys are trying to build a website, Shopify costs money, but it'll save you in the long run. It's just worth it to do it, for real. I wish I didn't start on Square, and I wish I went straight for Shopify, but it scared me away right off the bat because it's expensive a month. It definitely costs money per month, but got to at least it gives you discounts on shipping. Label printing is easier. Processing orders is easier. Everything's just better. But yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys all looking that up for me. And letting me know and confirming what is happening there. Yeah, that's Square site. So I'm hoping that since I removed it from FishFam Link. Oh yeah, we will be in Quad Cities too. Sorry, I guess I missed some of that stuff there. But yeah, we will be in Quad Cities for sure. I will definitely be there. Use Wix from my website, but I don't sell products, just my services. I just keep getting your OnlyFans. Yeah, that's the problem, right? I just rank too high on my OnlyFans. But oh my god, that's funny. That is funny. Google shows that in Shopify you edit page, then search engine listing preview section, and there's search engine listing preview section, and there's the SEO. All right, because I literally just started working on this problem like last night at like, I don't know, I was sitting at the front desk at my job, and it was like 8:30, and I horrible internet connection, and I got the idea. I'm like, I'm gonna Google my Fishroom Punks from the computer at my work because there's no connection to any of my Google accounts, so there's no like external reason that it would push me to any certain website, right? So I go there, and when I search that, it just like that came up, and I'm like, all right, I need to fix this. This is like an issue. So I got to get my new website to freaking rank above that. And then I also found out that I actually have precedent in Google search, which is freaking sweet. So that part was really cool, and it made me feel awesome. My domain is Shopify. It's under the pages. It's a bit hidden. Depending on if you're on computer or mobile, it might not show up. After that, you may want to go to Square and remove those SEO entries too. Yeah, those are the changes that I did last night that I think are just going to take, like a few days to come into play. And I'm wondering how long. I think it usually takes 48 hours-ish, 72 hours to come into effect. And then I think that what I did will help, because I removed the SEO. I just changed. I just put in bogus letters for all the SEO for that website to just separate it as much as possible. The one thing I couldn't find at the moment was trying to change that Square site's name to something else, which may or may not be possible because that would mean I would have to make a custom domain, and I didn't pay for that service on there, so I don't know. But that is yeah. So this is I took a picture of that, right? Because I'm gonna look into that. Yeah. So I'm gonna look into that on my way. This part. I'm gonna look into that on my way to not on my way to work, but when I'm at work today, and see if I can affect that, because that could be a big difference for the Shopify website, especially if people are thinking that that website's like down. Telling the fam I want Fishroom Punk stickers for my birthday in 5 days. Hey, I love it, man. Love it. Uh, what's basically just trying to get my new Shopify website to rank over my old Square site, because my Square site has precedent on Google, and it's like driving me nuts. So basically, I'm working on it. I changed a bunch of the SEO, and I think I gotta wait a couple of days for it to actually come into play, and hopefully, my new Shopify website gets precedent over it, so I can eventually get it to actually pop up in Google search. Like if you Google search Fishroom Punks, it'll bring up my Square site. But the other cool thing is that it auto finishes to Fishroom Punks, which means I have like a good amount of SEO right now, so I'm doing pretty well. I'm excited. And I have a lot of you guys to thank. I want a sticker for every year. LOL, this will be my 21st birthday. I love it. All right, y'all. I have to take off here because I gotta go do that work thing like always on Wednesday. I also want a couple minutes to play with my standing desk to see if I can get it to adjust height and work before I leave. Hey, thank you very much, man. Thank you for real. That means a lot. So thank you very much. I'm very proud of myself too. A lot of work, a lot of stuff to go to make happen, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Yeah, and that's where I messed up, is because I named the website Outside in Aquatics, not thinking. I didn't name it Fishroom Punks, and I should have named it Fishroom Punks right off the bat. So my Outside in Aquatics has a pretty decent amount of SEO. But if you've only heard of the Fishroom Punks, which is like slowly Fishroom Punks is becoming more famous than this space, which I love. I please make Fishroom Punks famous. But I need that Fishroom Punks SEO up above mine, and so that makes a lot of sense. That if you do search that, it brings up the current site. So hopefully, once those changes come through, um, I think that kind of confirms that'll help. I think. Fingers crossed. So hopefully, you guys will find out. Maybe Saturday, I'll be able to update you guys. Saturday, live stream, amazing live stream, guys. Check this out. I don't have a trailer up for it. I probably should have put together a trailer, but the thing is we have Mike Krotzel with Garnet Valley Middle School joining us, and what the heck? This thing is tripping. My phone is tripping. Stone. Oh, stone rolling. Oh, tripping. Dude, that is so weird. My phone currently doesn't say I'm live, but I am. I swear I am. Right, guys? I'm live. Yeah, there we go. So check this out. Make sure you get the notification set for that. This guy, I'm telling you, is going to be a load of fun. Super, super upbeat. He's a teacher, so he's used to talking. He is very good at getting people excited about things, and I think we're going to learn a lot. His fish room in his classroom is amazing. He also has I think he said 3 koi ponds in his backyard, or the school has 3 koi ponds. I'm pretty sure he has 3 koi ponds in his backyard, and then he also has like a bunch of big fish tanks in his basement. Hey, well that's what I do this for. I do it to clear my own head too, because it gives me a space to just like kind of be around friends, and even though I'm not physically in your guys' presence, it does feel like I'm just kind of talking with you guys and having a good time, and that's why the chat means a lot. So I'm glad that I could be there for you this morning, and gotta love bosses, right? But hey, much love to all of you guys. I think I pretty much wrapped everything up. Like I said, I gotta get on to work here. But Saturday, make sure you check out that stream. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna learn a lot, and great guy to put on a pedestal for sure. So yeah, sending much love to Cheryl from everybody. Hopefully your day is getting better. Much love to the rest of you guys for hanging out and being amazing as always. And hopefully your Wednesday goes smooth and you can get home and go on to Thursday and then go on to Friday and then we get to Saturday. Saturday is the real goal, right? But all right. Much love, y'all. See ya.